So today we're going to talk about never quit. Never quit. Right? John, let me give you this verse to start with. John 16. Yeah, that's not it. John 16, here we go. Look here. This is, if you look at John 16, this is the first verse, right? And then the last verse of the chapter. So this chapter, Jesus just bookends both parts. So at the beginning he says, I have told you these things so that you will what? Abandon your faith. I tell you stuff so you won't quit. Right? And then he says, in the last verse, and I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world. He says, I'm telling you all this stuff so you won't quit. I'm telling you to take heart. Right? How many know that you don't quit because of your heart? Alright, so in a boxing term, a champion is not a champion just because they have all the talent in the world. Right? If Rocky Balboa taught us anything, Rocky Balboa taught us that you have to have heart. You're going to get hit. And a fighter is not known because he knows how to hit hard. He knows how to get hit, and he knows how to keep moving. You don't just bow and break when he's getting defeated, when he's getting beaten. Gotta have heart. Right? So a champion is not a... So in the way that we have it, here's what this is. Most people think, well, what Rocky did was he had heart. And having heart is just not taking a beating in a fight, but it's preparing ahead of time for the fight. Right? So listen, a champion is not made in one day. You with me? How many remember, I was young then, how many remember, this was one of the biggest upsets of my life that I can remember, when Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was the king of the world, and Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson. No one expected him to win. Mike Tyson had been beating everybody in like 30 seconds. You got paid $15 million just to go in and take a knockout in 30 seconds. But Buster Douglas went in and he defeated Mike Tyson, but he wasn't just made a champion in one day. He was made a champion day in and day out of training and training and training and training, becoming that champion. Amen? That's where heart comes in. That's where heart comes in. Okay? So, a boxer doesn't quit training for battle. They are made day by day at the gym. They are made at the supper table. They're made at their bed because they know they have to sleep and recover and rest. Alright? It consumes their life, this fight. Alright? So if they lose or if they get knocked down, they get right back to it. A couple weeks ago, remember I mentioned a guy by the name of Sugar Ray Robinson. Remember that name? I think it's on here. I'm going to put it on here. Next slide. There it goes. He was a great boxer, and he won 40 fights before he finally lost one. And then he went on to go 88 in a row after that. That is hard. Right? He's like, man, he could have been, I got beat. That's the end. I had a good run. He said, no, I'm going to up my game, and I'm going to double that. Right? Double for your trouble. All right? So, I got a little video to show you. All right? Now, just a little precursor. This slight graphic violence, right? But it's nothing worse than you see on TV. But it is a great little illustration. I love this. I hope you'll love it too. Maybe you're not an MMA or boxing fighter, but I hope you'll love just this part anyway. But let me set it up as Aaron gets it ready. All right? So these two guys are fighting, right? And the black guy and the white guy, and they're fighting. And it looks like that the white guy is going to be the champion. It looks like all things are leading to he's going to win. And then lo and behold, something pretty amazing happens. I've never seen it before, and I just thought it was pretty cool. I want to show you. This is heart right here. You ready? This is heart right here. Ready? Where's this guy?
that neat? You can hear the announcers, right? They're like, once he starts to stagger and he falls and he's like, he's out. He's out. And he's saying, it's over. And it's over. And in the middle of the fight, I'm sure that's what the world says about us sometimes. And what the devil's like, oh, I got him. I can imagine this guy. I bet he hates this video, the white guy. I bet he just hates it. He's like, man, I just let that one slip through my fingers. I had him. But you know what he did? Once he thought he had him, he was not protecting himself anymore. And as he walked up to the guy named Congo, he just hit him. And just on the side of the face, and then he just folded, just ow. And I thought, man, that is hard. Like, everyone in the arena, even the white guy fighting him, maybe even the black guy, he's just like, barely keeping his head above water, trying to survive that fight. Somehow, I don't even know how, the guy doesn't call the fight. Right? Because the announcers are like, twice, this fight is over, it's over, and then, boom, black guy comes back and wins. And that is the heart of the champion. Right? And that's how what we learn about Rocky, that he is the heart of a champion. How many's ever seen this statue? Right? I think this is pretty cool. How many's ever seen that? Right? They made a statue for a fictitious character. And this is how much of an influence Rocky has had, that they built a statue for him in Philadelphia because that's where he just had all this influence. And they built a statue for him. And the statue is about being a heart of a champion, not giving up. Against all odds, you fight, right? And this is what a heart of a champion is. You ready? This is my just setup. I'm just getting ready. You ready? So, I'm already 10 minutes in. I promise I'll hurry the next 20. So, heart of a champion. A real champion. This is what some people can't stand about some fighters and people because they're so confident. But a real champion is not only convinced that he is the best, he lives it. He trains like it. He exudes confidence in all that he does. It's not arrogance or cockiness, but it is belief. Fighters who excel believe they have what it takes. That they are somehow destined for greatness. To that type of fighter, the question isn't if, but how. The outcome has already been decided. The results are a foregone conclusion before the fight even starts. You ask just about any fighter, they're going into a fight, they believe they're going to win. Right? Or else they wouldn't go in there and get their brains knocked out if they didn't believe they could win. Unless they just want a big paycheck. But they go in to win. They believe it is a foregone conclusion. Hey, I'm winning this, and all I got to do is figure out how. Right? So, that's in the physical realm. Now, we know that in the spiritual, but it's not because we believe that we got it all. It's because we believe that God's got it all. It's already a foregone conclusion. It is a belief. We know that no matter what happens, God's got this. Amen? Yeah. I can remember Al would say that. God got this. When he didn't even know for sure what was happening, he'd say, God's got this. Right? So we've got to learn how to believe in our heart, God's got this, so that we never quit. All right, you ready? So let's get rolling. How many ever heard the phrase, quitters never win, and winners never quit? Have you ever heard that? By the great football coach, Vince Lombardi. Right? And then I thought this. I had this thought. If quitters never win, and winners never quit, then who in the world said, quit while you're ahead? That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys, that's not kind of fun. You got to at least see a little humor in that, right? But I believe that God has put something in us so valuable that we should not quit. You know what I mean? Like, I could put down coffee if I wanted to, but my mom and dad didn't raise a quitter. You know, I'm going to finish this thing out. I'm going to drink coffee until my time is up. You know, it's just because I believe God is just destined that for greatness. No, just kidding. All right, so let's get started. All right, just a little humor. I thought you guys would just do a little humor, just wake up a little bit. All right, so here's our first point. You ready? Our first point. To never quit, we have to understand a few things. And one is that perseverance produces perfection.
That's a pastor's curse that everything has to start with a P. Just because there's so many words, practice but perseverance produces perfection. So, well, I don't feel like I'm perfect. Yeah. Trust me, it will happen. Let me give you some scriptures so that you understand. You ready? Let's look at these. Let's just break it down one word at a time. Perseverance. Let's look. 1 Timothy chapter 6. Look here. You Timothy, right? Here is Paul writing a letter to a pastor. The book Timothy is not even for church people. It is for the pastor to talk to the church people. Right? Pastor was a young man, pastor of one of the largest churches in Ephesus. And Paul writes him a letter and he says, Timothy, you are a man of God, so run from all these evil things. He mentions a bunch of evil things before this verse. And then he says, pursue righteousness and a godly life, along with faith, love, perseverance, and gentleness. Next verse. Look here, I love this. Paul tells him, Timothy, fight the good fight for the true faith. This ain't about physical, this ain't about your ego. This is about the true fight of faith. The good fight. Hold tightly. What's that mean? Don't give up. Don't let it go. Right? Hold tightly to the eternal life which God has called you, which you have declared so well before many witnesses. Paul tells Timothy, you keep holding on. You keep what? Persevering. And I promise you, something's going to happen. You keep fighting it, you hold on to it, because this is eternal life. This is the eternal life God has called you. No matter what happens here, right? Perseverance produces something. All right, let's go to the next one. 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Look here, look, I love it. Numbers, verse 16. That is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every day. For our present troubles are small and won't last very long, but yet they produce. Yet they produce for us. So what we need to understand is that the things we go through, they're not to happen to us, they're to happen for us. Every time you're going through a fight, you need to look at it that way, and that will give you some perseverance to say, hey, what I'm going through now, it might be happening to me, but more importantly, it's happening for me. Paul said this. He said, we don't think this way. Rejoice when you go through trouble. How many does that every week? Amen. Monday morning when the car won't start, praise God, my car won't start this morning. Yeah, how many do that? Yeah. Not me. I was at the garage the other day. I tried to start 2 different trucks. Both of them wouldn't start. I was about to cuss like a sailor. And I was about to punch a steering wheel. I wasn't praising God at the time. I was pleading for help. God, you better make something happen for me because I'm about to lose it. I didn't lose it. I was about to. And I really, honestly, I had to pray, God help me. I'm about to, just things like that just irritate me. I can handle bad things sometimes, but little things like that just get under my skin. And so he says, all this is happening, but perseverance produces something. Yet they produce for us a glory that, listen, look, vastly outweighs them and will last forever. I don't know, I feel the preacher man coming on. I'm trying to keep it together because I've got a clock going. Right? But that's why we never give up. Because what we go through now, what we're in the fight now, it is producing something else that is way, 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 way better and will last way, way, way longer than what we are going through currently. I think we got, is there one more verse on there or did I stop? Here we go. So we don't look at the troubles we can see now. Rather, we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen. For the things we see now will what? Soon be gone. But the things we cannot see will last forever. The things we see now, they won't last forever. You look at any boxer after a fight, they look horrible. Just about any of them that get in any good fight, they look horrible. But a week later, they look good as new, and they still got the belt. And that belt's still there, and the face and the ugliness is all gone. The soreness, I don't know, it might take a week or so, but all that is gone. Don't last forever, but that belt, and on their record saying they won, that lasts not even forever, that lasts just forever on earth.
But here in our spirit, this lasts forever. Right? Last one, perseverance produces what? You remember? Perfection. Look here. James 1. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it. What is it? Wait. Before we get too far, what does it say? Consider it a what? An opportunity. Which means it can go either way. So consider an opportunity for great joy, for you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. Is that all up? One more. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. Right? It's not that when you go through a fight, you're perfect. Okay? Because now we know I'm not perfect yet. Okay? If you was agreeing with me, thank you. But I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Not perfect yet. But like Paul was telling Timothy, if you'll just hold on, if you'll persevere, if you'll keep fighting this good fight, not just put your hands down and not just take a beating. If you'll fight the good fight, then when this is all over, and when you take your last breath here on earth, or when Jesus comes back for you, man, you will stand before God, you'll stand in heaven, and you will be absolutely perfect, complete, not lacking one thing. This is one thing Americans, we've kind of forgotten this, right? My grandparents, and I'm sure your grandparents and your parents, they lived this way because Earth wasn't, or America wasn't as great as it is now. There wasn't as many luxuries. Right? Some might say it was better then, but I mean, it wasn't as great technologically wise and just all the advances, right? You had to work, you had to grow your own food, right? And just like it was hot, they didn't have air conditioning. And see, what they understood was, one glad morning, when this life is over, I'll fly away. Do you ever notice how all the hymns, they all talk about heaven? Because America wasn't that great at the time. Earth wasn't that great. There was fighting. It wasn't a computer that you could put in your pocket that could take pictures and just connect you to anything and everything at the time. You were just on your own, in your house, whatever. And they understood that. This life was temporary. One morning, one day, I'll be perfect. And I'll be in heaven with Christ. And we will just be made brand new. Right? See, this is what some people think about heaven. I can't get on this subject, but some people think about heaven that you're just going to be in heaven like an angel, and you're just going to be singing like a cherub with just underwear on, playing harps. It's not heaven at all. Yeah, the Bible actually says that He will create a new heaven, and a new earth. So that for the rest of eternity, we get to come to a brand new earth with no corruption, no sin. Could you imagine just getting to come to earth, what we all want, peace, just perfection, no fighting, leave my doors open, unlocked, don't have to worry about my dog getting ate or ran over, because dogs will be in heaven, cats won't be, I'm sorry. Just kidding. Right? But we all, there will be just perfection, everything. You won't have to have struggles. You won't have troubles. Nobody will lie to you. Nobody will hurt you. You will get to go and ride the vortex at King Island and never get sick. Again, it'll never break down. And you can just eat all the, elephant ears. You can eat all them you want and never gain a pound. You will still have your 6-pack of abs. Perfect earth. Y'all's like, man, I didn't know all that. I'm signing me up. Everybody just thinks we're going to be floating around like cherubs. No, that's hell, everyone. You don't want to go there. Like, I don't want that. I want a new heaven and a new earth where everything's perfect. All right. So, here's a couple of things we've got to do. This is what perseverance produces perfection means. A couple of things. The 3 keys in training. One is, you've got to have discipline. Got to have it. No fighter ever becomes a champion without having discipline. Look here. Give you a couple verses and then we'll go back.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. He says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up. And let us run with endurance the race God has set before us. Before you go on to the next one, Aaron, go back. Look here, I want to show you something. For one, God is admitting it's hard. It is a fight. He says, listen, get rid of the weight that weighs you down and put down the things that easily trip you up, because this is a battle. You got to have endurance. You got to have discipline. Go on, next one. Next one. We do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus. See, keeping. You got to have discipline. The champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding the shame. Now he's seated in the place of honor before God's throne. Now this is the part I love. This is the beginning of Hebrews chapter 12. Let's go like 10 verses down. You ready? Hebrews 11 and 12. No discipline is enjoyable while it's happening. When you're working out, you're just like, yeah, I love this. You know, you're gasping for air. Your muscles are tearing. Your joints and ligaments are like, I don't like you right now, because you are hurting me. Yo, your muscles got to be big. No, you're hurting the tendons and the bones. And he says, but afterward, there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in this way. So take a new grip with your tired hands and strengthen your weak knees. No discipline is enjoyable, but afterward produces such a beautiful harvest. Amen. Now you gotta have discipline. The second thing was patience. Right? You gotta have patience. Listen to this. I found this quote. Thought it was pretty cool. Everyone's ever heard of Muhammad Ali? Fairly well-known boxer back in his day. And he just passed away this year. And he said this quote. Listen to this. I didn't know this about him, but how many's ever? He would just allow himself to get pounded on in practice. How many knew that? He made himself comfortable up against the ropes with someone. He just sit there and they just pound on him. Some people believe that's why he ended up with the disease, because he just allowed his brain to get beat, so that he became comfortable when he was on the ropes in a fight. And that's how he came up with the rope-a-dope. It's like, I'm just going to sit here and let you wear me out on the ropes. And you're going to hit me with everything you got. That's what he did to George Foreman. George Foreman said, I got him on the ropes, and he said, and I was the dope. That I just kept hitting him as hard as I could hit him. And I wore myself out to the point that I could not defend myself. And then he turned his engine on and knocked me out. You know? And so, but listen to this. I found this quote from Muhammad Ali. I didn't know this. He said, I hated every minute of training. I hated every minute of training. He said, but I said to myself, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Now, I'm not telling you just to go suffer for the sake of suffering. Right? That's the type of repentance that we don't have to have. Life will let you suffer on its own. You don't have to make yourself suffer. But when the suffering comes, suffer now and keep your discipline, and it will produce perfection. Amen? So that's the second thing we've got to have is patience. You've got to have patience. And the third thing is trust. And when I say trust, you got to trust the process. Okay? You got to trust the one who's in your corner. You got to trust God when He says, "Hey, you're taking a beat now, but you're still in this fight." Let me show you Romans 8. If you go ahead, if you can find Romans 8:28. Look here. We know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to His purpose for them. Everything. All the good and all the bad. For those who love Him and are called according to God's purpose. See, so it's what He's doing in you for His glory. It's going to produce good stuff. You just got to trust the process. Amen? Alright, second point. Go on to the next one. Is that, you got to remember this, that God is for you.
Try it again. God is for you.
Amen.
He is for you.
Yes.
Right? No, I mean, Romans 8, just to pick up where we just left off. Romans 8:28, let's look at the next verse. For God knew his people in advance, and he chose them to become like his son, so that his son would be the firstborn among many brothers and sisters. Pause just for a second so I can explain that. God's very own son, Jesus, his very own son, right? His own, the begotten son. So that means he was the one of a different kind. He was the only one like that. The only one like that. And then he said, but I want all these other people to become a brother to Jesus. And I want them in my family just like Jesus. So Jesus is your brother. So like when you get in a fight, you like to have a big brother on your side. Jesus is your brother. Firstborn among many brothers and sisters. Go on. And having chosen them, he called them to come to him. And having called them, he gave them right standing with himself. And having given them right standing, he gave them his glory. This is just saying God is just giving us everything we need. Go back one just for a second if you don't mind. He chose us. He calls us. He gives us right standing with him. He gives us right standing so that he'll give us his glory. God did it all for you. Next verse, last verse. So what shall we say about all these wonderful things? If God is for us, who can be against us? God is for you, but here's one thing you have to understand. We speak to the parent in all of you. God is for you, but it's not for your comfort, it's for your character. So what do you mean? How many have kids? How many's ever had to wake them up for school? How many when you wake them up for school, they hate you? And they're like, Dad, I don't want to go to school today. Right? And basically what you say is, get up. Because I don't care about your comfort. You're going to go to school and you're going to learn something. And you're going to make something of yourself because you ain't living in this house forever. You know what I mean? So you're a parent, right? You're a parent. You look at your kids and you love them. But you love them, you're for them, but you're not for their comfort. You're for their character. Because you want to see them become something. You don't want them to become some 35-year-old living in your basement eating cheese puffs all day. Doing nothing. You want them to be something. And God is the same way. He looks at you and says, oh, honey, listen, I'm for you. But you're going to get up and you're going to learn something. I'm going to produce something in you. Amen? Look here. Hebrews chapter 12, again, we was here earlier. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 5. This is all about discipline from a father. Have you forgotten the encouraging words God spoke to you as his children? He said, my child, don't make light of the Lord's discipline, and don't give up when he corrects you. Keep going. For the Lord disciplines those he loves, and he punishes each one he accepts as his child. Right? Father, you discipline, you punish. Right? They step out of line, you do something to straighten them out. God's the same way. As you endure this divine discipline, remember that God is treating you as his own children. Who ever heard of a child who was never disciplined by its father? Keep going. If God doesn't discipline you as he does all of his children, it means you are illegitimate and not really his children at all. Keep going. Since we respected our earthly fathers who disciplined us, should we submit even more to the discipline of the Father of our spirits and live forever? Just a few more. For our earthly fathers disciplined us for a few years, doing the best they knew how. But God's discipline is always good for us, so that we might share in his holiness. And in a few of these that we read earlier, right? No discipline is good while it's happening. It's painful, but afterward there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained this way. Last two, I believe. Take a new grip with your tight hands and strengthen your weak knees, and mark out a straight path for your feet so that those who are weak and lame will not fall but become strong. God is for you, but not for your comfort, for your character. He wants you to win, so he is producing something in you. Amen? All right. Now, go on to the next slide. Let's see where we're at. Here's Paul. Let me just give you a little reference from Paul. Paul understood this. Paul says, I don't mean to say that I've already achieved these things. Like, he understands. I'm not perfect now, or that I've already reached perfection, but I press on to possess that perfection which Christ Jesus first possessed me. One more, I believe. Maybe two more. No, dear brothers and sisters, I have not achieved it, but I focus on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. I press on to reach the end of the race and receive the heavenly prize from which God, through Christ Jesus, is calling us. He said, don't quit. Right? Let me confess, I've quit. How many's ever quit something? I've quit a few things in my life. Right? A couple things. And it seems like they just stick with you. Like you just remember them. And I don't remember exactly how old I was, but let me tell you one of them. One of them I was about the 3rd grade. Somewhere around that age. I was about 10 years old, maybe. 9, 10 years old. Went to Wilson Elementary School right down the road, which is now torn down, you know. And man, I signed up and I was playing pee-wee football. And I mean, let me just tell you something. I was playing for the Bengals. I mean, I was a Bengals fan growing up. This is in the mid-'80s, and they were good, and had been to the Super Bowl once, and going to go again. And I played for the Bengals, and I was number 7. I mean, I was Boomer Esiason Jr., and I was ready. And they made me quarterback. And I had to learn how to stick my hands under some other boy's butt, you know, and grab the ball. And I didn't like that part, and I had to learn which way the running back was going. And I went through these practices. And I had probably one of the weakest arms of the ones wanting to be quarterback, but I was the most accurate. And I was just like, I was Boomer Esiason in training. West Coast offense, just, And man, I was just so proud. And you know what I did? When it was almost time for games, I quit. Because it was hot out, and I wanted to go swimming and ride my bike. And we was having a friend over, and I had to go to practice, and I had a friend over, and I was like, I'm done. I'm going to stay here and swim, ride my bike, and I never played football again. I quit once, and that was it. I just never went back to it, and I kind of regret that. I went through all that, but I wanted to enjoy my summer. And it was making me sweat with pads and guys, and I just wanted to play. And I went through all the hard part, not all of it, but I went through most of the hard part and then just quit. And I still remember that. And I also quit, this is not near as a good story, but I quit college. Like I went 1 year, I didn't, and went to Shawnee, went to Shawnee for a year. Actually took a little time off, then went to Shawnee, and I like that. I mean, who likes college anyway? So then I went to World Harvest Bible College in Columbus, went there for a year. I was liked it, but I still didn't know. I didn't know I was going to be a pastor at the time. I'm just learning Bible stuff. I'm just going general. And then I got done there. I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I went back to Shawnee, and just another year, and I was like, food. Yeah, I just don't know what I want to do, and I just quit. And I'm probably not too far from getting a degree. I just quit. God says, listen, I want you to take courage. Listen, I want you to take heart. Have a heart of a champion. Don't quit. Don't give up, because it will produce something good in you if you'll hold on. My last point, I'm almost done. Here we go. Is to never quit. That's the title, so that's my 3rd point. Never quit. In Hebrews chapter 10, look here, it shows us a couple ways how not to quit. You ready? So this will help you actually apply these things in your life. You ready? Hebrews chapter 10, verse 23. You with me? Here we go. Let us hold tightly again without wavering to the hope we affirm. For God can be trusted to keep His promise. Don't quit. God's faithful, amen? Then he says, look here, let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. Can I tell you something? When you're doing good for others, it gives you something to keep doing. It gives you a reason to not quit. When someone's life is in the balance, listen to me, this is one thing you don't want to do. This is one thing that you don't want to get to heaven. And then God says, here, let me pull out your folder. Here are all these people that you could have influenced, but you were just so tied up and wrapped up in yourself that you wasn't helping anyone. You were just struggling in the fight, and you didn't want to help anyone, but if you would have helped someone else to do good,
and if you would have done acts of love, then these people would have been influenced and changed. That's one reason we do the growth track, right? Because step 3, you learn your purpose. You at least get a good idea of your purpose. And then step 4 is you make a difference with what you have. That is God's plan. He does not want you just idly going through life. He wants you to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. Next verse. Let us not neglect our meeting together. Now, I know y'all are here, so I'm just preaching to the choir. But this is one thing about small groups that will help us. Listen to me. Let me just confess. This has never been clearer and truer to me than this past 3 or 4 months, 6 months. I quit my membership at the gym. Right? I thought, I'm going to get my own equipment, and I'm going to do this myself. Save me some money. Can I tell you, I haven't worked out in 3 months. And I'm not proud of that. And I plan on getting back on the bus. I plan on getting back and just to keep myself in shape. I don't care about numbers and I just want to keep myself in shape. But I realized when I didn't have people holding me accountable, it was a whole lot easier to say, I don't want to. And when you neglect meeting together, and when you don't feel like it, but you go and you come to church, and or you go to a small group, I'm going to tell you, somebody's going to motivate you to say, just keep trucking, man. I know you're tired now, and I know you're getting hit, and I know you're having trouble. Keep trucking. Amen? Encourage one another, especially now that his return is drawing. He's saying, don't give up now. You're so close to the finish. Look here. Here's another way to remember. Here's another way to not quit. 32. Verse 32. Go on to verse 32 if you don't care, just for the sake of time. Look here. It says, if you want to think back on those early days when you first learned about Christ, remember how you remained faithful even though it meant terrible suffering. So, I heard this quote. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Remember why you started in the first place. So, well, I was at the end of my rope, and I had no hope, and God was my only hope. I was on rock bottom. Yeah, let me tell you something. As I'm back here setting the drums, and I'm just, as we singing that, I'm desperate for you, I'm lost without you. I said, 20 years later, God, I'm still as desperate for you, and I'm lost without you now as I was 20 years ago. I remember why I started this thing. Because I was lost and hurting and broken, and Jesus set me free. And sometimes I don't feel like it, but I remember why I started. And that helps me just say, hey, get back on the wagon, and we just going to do this thing. Amen? So, let me end with this. Go to the next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. That's a good one. All right. Anyone know who these people are? Probably all of you recognize one. Mark Wahlberg, right on the right. Mark Wahlberg. Anyone know the guy on the left? All right. Let me educate you here real quick. Aaron, if you don't mind, you can come up whenever you're ready. This guy, his name is Marcus Luttrell. Right? Marcus Luttrell, this is the guy that Mark Wahlberg plays in the Lone Survivor movie. If you've ever seen the Lone Survivor movie, with it's a SEAL team, Navy SEALs. They go to track down a Taliban leader, and they end up getting in a big gunfight with 50 to 100 to 200. They don't even know how many, but at least 50 to 100 Taliban fighters. They find them on a mountain, and they attack them, right? 4 Navy SEALs against 100 Taliban. And all 3 were killed. I don't want to ruin the movie for you, but it's happened in real life almost 20 years ago. And that, I think it was maybe almost 20 years ago. Anyways, one guy survived. That guy right there, Marcus Luttrell. Just by the grace of God. Let me tell you his injuries from the fight. They were on a mountain, so they would jump off cliffs to get away from the fighters. They were blown up, shot at. Let me tell you all his injuries. You ready? And this is just physical. He had to have, these are the results of his injuries. I had to have my hand reconstructed,
My back has been reconstructed. Multiple back surgeries. My knees are blown out. My pelvis is cracked. I can't even say this word. I had maxillofacial damage. I bit my tongue in half. I got shot fragged by RPGs and grenades. 11 through and through, which means 11 bullets that went completely through his legs and calves. Shrapnel sticking out of my legs and everywhere. All the skin off my back and the back of my legs was gone. Not only that, he suffered a torn shoulder, a broken nose, still at this time dealing with the effects of the bacteria that he drank from the water as he was trying to survive. He was paralyzed from the waist down. He said this, in the movie, they had me walking around like just struggling, little cracked, broken leg. He said, I was paralyzed. He said, I did not walk. He said, I crawled for over 7 miles. He said, and I was even shot again later by another person. They were just hunting for me. He said, I was just trying to save my life hiding. And I got shot just by a random bullet again. 7 miles. Think about it. How many's ever ran 7 miles? Walked 7 miles? Get down on your hands with a paralyzed lower half and then do it. And you know what he said? So many times he said, I was ready to quit. He said, but through all my training, they had driven all the quit out of me. He said, when you're sealed, he says, they drive all that out. There is no option of giving in. Here's what he did. He said, I would take a stick and I would draw a line as far as I could reach ahead of it in the sand, in the dirt. He said, and then I would crawl until my last foot was past that line. Just whatever. An 8-foot difference. 8 feet at a time, he would draw another line and crawl past it. Draw another line and crawl past it. Draw another line and crawl past it. And for 7 miles, for several days, lone survivor. Now the other 3 didn't quit or die because they quit. They just happened to die. But he went through the worst possible physical situation you can imagine. Just to live. Physically. Let me say this to you. When you feel like giving up, you're missing out on what God has to offer you in the future. There are so many things that demand our attention, and there are unhealthy relationships that we can get into, jobs, there's habits, but it's important to just keep fighting, but keep fighting the good fight. Okay? Don't just keep fighting to fight, just don't keep fighting to keep yourself busy. Listen, fight the good fight. Fathers, fight for your kids. Like, fight for them to have faith. Fight for them to have a belief. Fight for them. Don't just let an iPad raise them. Don't let teachers raise them. Don't let Netflix raise them. Fight for them. You know, this is a whole different message. The majority of fathers get 15 minutes of quality time with their kids a day. And sometimes you have to really try to make it 15 quality minutes. I don't mean, hey, how was your school day? Oh, good. Oh, okay, good. I'll see you tomorrow. No, but 15 minutes of quality time. That is the rare normal for those who actually spend time with the children. Husbands and wives, fight for your marriage. Fight for your household. Right? Fight the good fight. Fight for your health. Don't quit. Never quit. Because God is for you. And perseverance produces perfection. Amen? I'm going to ask you if you will just to bow your head, close your eyes for a minute. I don't know where you're at. Maybe you're in a fight today. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're in tip-top shape right now. But I'm going to encourage you, if nothing's going on, I encourage you to keep training, because you have a fight coming up. You're on the devil's schedule. He's looking for you. The Bible says he is seeking whom he may devour. He is looking for someone who's weak, who's not been being disciplined, who's not been fighting, who's not been praying and reading their Bible and encouraging one another and doing good acts of love. He's looking for someone who is susceptible to him. Fight the good fight. Fight it now. Make a decision right now. That even when I'm not going through a fight, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep training. I'm going to keep disciplining myself. And I'm going to keep producing. God's going to keep producing something in me. Maybe you are in a fight right now. And you just need encouragement. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know where you're at. Maybe you feel like giving up. Or maybe you feel like not even starting again. Maybe you've experienced it. You're just like, I just don't want to go through all that again. I've tried it. The Bible says, if you look for him wholeheartedly, then you'll find him. You got to have the heart of a champion. I can't tell you the miraculous thing that happens when you tell God, God, I'm all in on you. You're all I got. You're my only hope. You're not my backup plan. You're not my side plan. You are my plan. You're it. I put all my hope in you. Then a miraculous things happen that you have all the confidence in the world just in him. You have a peace that passes understanding. We're just going to pray. Wherever you are at today, you make a decision. Say, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to slow down. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep training. I'm going to keep disciplining. Because in the end, I know I am more than a conqueror in Jesus Christ. Would you pray?